I have yet to ask an agent if they've ever been at a holiday party or a family gathering where they found out somebody bought a house and they had no idea that they were even in the market to buy a house.
Yep.
And I found technology that in 90% of the cases will prevent that from ever happening again.
We are back again, Thrive Summit 2020, and I'm sitting here with one of our newest branch managers. Well, not new, I guess I should take off the new moniker because you've been here since what, October?
Yeah, September,
October. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So
I guess it's still kind of new.
Since fall. The new car smell is still there. I mean, you see sharp dressed man. And so the luster is still there. And anyway, but this is Mike Romano, area manager for our Dayton region, and got a big old team up there, and his lovely wife Kelly behind the camera. Hello, Kelly. And so Mike is one of our more innovative acquisitions in terms of how he is able to strategize and work with his referral partners, the way that realtors actually kind of gravitate to you and your team because you provide so much value and you provide such a great partnership for them. So let's start talking about that. What do you see as the number one or the key value that you provide to your realtor partnerships?
Well, I'm a big fan of technology and providing value to my agents. And I hear a lot of loan officers say, hey, I'm going to help you generate business, help you generate leads. And from what I see out there, it's a lot of empty promises. I mean, leads are not generated. And I've actually come across something that I think my realtors are going to be very excited to use.
Okay.
And happy to talk to you about it a little bit today.
Well, let's get into it. All right. So first off, what is it? What's in it for them?
What's in it for them?
Yeah.
All right. So I have yet to ask an agent if they've ever been at a holiday party or a family gathering where they found out somebody bought a house and they had no idea that they were even in the market to buy a house.
Yep.
And I found technology that in 90% of the cases will prevent that from ever happening again.
What's allowing that to not be a problem anymore?
Sure.
Or how is it notifying them?
Sure. So I have the ability for an agent to take their database, and all I need is name and address, whether that be personal or a business address.
You're talking the consumer.
A realtor's database.
Oh, you need a realtor's database.
Anyone a realtor wants to watch, whether that be their Facebook friends, whether that be their friends and family, or their general database. Sure. It might be an area that they want to farm. If they can give me the name and address of those people, I can start monitoring their behavior, both online and their credit behavior.
Okay.
So what the system will do is it will generate leads based upon predictive behavior.
Okay.
So it will tell me that this particular individual has the propensity to be buying real estate in the next 3 to 6 months.
Okay.
So you're just not farming the whole neighborhood.
Sure.
You can target market specific people in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
Now, Equifax says 50% of the people who list their house for sale apply for a mortgage first.
Really?
And if I have the name and address, I will be notified when they apply for that mortgage. So I can tell the agent that this person has a 50% chance of listing their house for sale, so they can be in front of that client before another agent is.
Okay, let me play devil's advocate for a second. Let's say that person who just applied for a mortgage is actually a renter. Is that going to is that going to provide you any data that's going to be
it'll tell me that they're a renter. It will tell me if the person owns real estate or if they don't own real estate.
Okay.
So I uploaded my database a few months ago, and an example of one of the leads it generated for me and my agent. This customer was referred to me 3 years ago with a 540 credit score. Okay. Of course, we couldn't help him at that point.
Of course.
3 years later.
Well, you could if you work for Thrive.
Well,
at the time.
Right. So
that's another issue. That's another. That's the next video.
So, anyways, just 2 weeks ago, it pops up as a lead. It tells me that the customer is renting and has a 720 credit score.
Well, good on them.
So what do? I called the agent that referred me the borrower originally that we couldn't do 3 years ago and said, I think you need to make a phone call.
Hey, guess what?
It's time for someone to buy a
back
house.
in play.
It's beautiful.
That is fantastic. Now, I bet that was a very well-received phone call from that referring agent.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's the kind of call you want to make.
Absolutely. Now, that right there is a true partnership because, number one, you were able to, you didn't just pull in that lead and just keep it in your own own database, you identified that it was tagged to a specific realtor.
Absolutely.
And so the realtor didn't have to do anything to maintain that lead. You're acting as the realtor CRM in that particular
Well, I've been
instance.
keeping this data since 2005. I now have, for the first time, the ability to actually do something productive with that data, with this technology.
That's fantastic.
It's amazing.
Well, in my former life, I'm a reformed realtor myself, and so it was about 2012 that I jumped over to the light side of the force, and got into the mortgage side. No, just kidding, realtors. We love realtors, but this is something. This is a kind of partnership that would have really benefited me as a realtor, because I had no time to really do all this kind of specific farming. One, I didn't have access to the technology. Number two, I didn't have the time to ferret through my database because I was going to listing appointments and holding open houses and chasing this or that, and just didn't have the same strategy or sense of strategy that I have now. So something like this, I mean, that's right up my alley in terms of being a strategic thinker in terms of how you market yourself. So how do you decide what agent, like what's the decision tree that you have to follow to entice a realtor to be a part of this? They have to willingly give you their entire database.
They don't have to give me their entire database. They
So
give
at least
me
a
whatever
portion?
data that they want me to watch.
Okay.
It remains completely separate. It's their data still.
Yeah.
And when I'm notified, it's a so-and-so realtor is, has a trigger lead for this, that, or the other.
Okay.
And we take it right back to them.
Okay.
So it may be, again, an area they want to farm. It may just be their full database, maybe friends and family, maybe their Facebook database. But what's happening in the market is little cousin Johnny gets online and gets sucked into the worlds of, I won't say the name,
Online lenders.
online lenders, online lead generators.
Oh, okay.
The Zillows of
Gotcha.
the world, right?
Yeah.
And next thing you know, some agent is talking to your cousin, you're the realtor, someone else is talking to them, and then they're referring to another lender, and the next you know, that person's bought a house, and you had no clue.
And you had no clue that they were even in the market.
So this gives us the ability, hey, they just applied for a mortgage, cousin Johnny, come back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, you're a realtor.
This is such a great alternative to you mentioned Zillow. This is such a great alternative to purchasing leads online.
Absolutely.
And because when they go into those funnels, they don't come out, and they certainly don't come out with you. I mean, you can read example after example online of situations where there was like some kind of let's say I'm a realtor, you're a lender, we do a co-branding agreement on some lead generator's website, thinking that we're going to get the clicks, and we don't. Like they might click on our ad, but then they get sucked into a funnel that then goes into Big Bad Zillow and starts pushing out, and then they start soliciting that client. So before we even have a chance to pick up the phone and contact them, they've already Zillow's already got their hooks in them.
Right.
So realtors and other lenders out there, Zillow does not have your best interest at heart. They have their shareholders' best interest at heart. And rightfully so, they're a publicly owned company, but they do not have your best interest at heart. So don't fall for that trap. But this solution that Mike is talking about is a great way to circumvent all of that and put the power, reclaim those leads back to you, back into your business and into your partnership with Mike. So this is a fantastic solution.
It's so much better than paying for a cold lead.
Oh,
these
absolutely.
are warm leads. You know these people, and you're approaching them at the right time.
It's part of your database.
Absolutely.
It's basically harvesting what you already have.
The work you've already done.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And the relationships and the rapport that you've already built.
Sure.
So that's good.
Yeah, amazing technology.
All right, so let's say realtors watching this, they want to get in touch with you. How do they find you?
www.financingbyMike.com is probably the best way to find me. Yeah.
Okay.
All my contact information is online. You'll find me there.
All right, hit up that website. Go check it out. You need to hook your wagon over to Mike's train because he's going places.
Great stuff. Yeah.
So awesome.
Yeah, thanks.
Great talk, Mike.
You too.
Thanks for stopping.
Yeah.